everyone, it's Miranda. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey, for the first time, subscribe, become a member of the Slashed Squad. Here I review products you won't feel guilty buying and do looks you can actually recreate at home. Tonight I am going to the iHeartRadio Music Festival here in Las Vegas. It's like one of the biggest music festivals that's more like top 40 versus like EDM. We have a lot of like electric music festivals out here, but I don't really listen to that. This is what I listen to. So tonight is Coldplay, Pink, 30 Seconds to Mars. Tomorrow is Kesha, Miley, DJ Khaled. Yeah, I'm very, very stoked. So this is the look that I decided I'm gonna wear for tonight. We've got like a warm eye look with a pop of gold glitter in the corners, and then pretty neutral face other than that. We went really bold on the eye area. I did use a lot of new products for this look as well, so you can kind of consider this also a first impressions. You'll hear a little bit of mini reviews for some of the stuff that I'm using. So if you want to know how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay, first I'm going to prime really quickly using the CoverGirl True Blend Face Primer for Combo Skin. It is still one of my favorite primers because I really do feel like it addresses the concerns of combo skin. You can't really go too matte or too dewy with our kind of skin type. Okay, so I know that when I reviewed the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation, I was not really a fan of it because it just seemed a little bit too matte for my skin, and it just broke up really, really weird on my face. However, yesterday I tried something out that seemed to work, so I'm gonna try it again. So I'm actually gonna mix the foundation with my Olay Total Effects Moisturizer, which kind of gets rid of the matteness a little bit. And to me, it seemed to meld into my skin better, and I didn't see those issues of like breaking up around my nose and chin area or the skin tight feeling. So it worked out yesterday. I'm hoping it works today and that the longevity stays in place. Now the one thing with adding the moisturizer is that it does take a little bit longer to set, and yesterday I added a little bit of powder on top just to help it out. And I'm using a damp beauty blender to apply this. I feel like this might be the way that I salvage this foundation so it doesn't go to waste. And if you purchased it as well and had the same issues that I did where it just like felt really uncomfortable and looked kind of flaky, this might be a great way so that you can still get the benefits of like the coverage and the wear time, but make it a little more comfortable for your skin type. So there we go. And because we added the moisturizer, it does have more of kind of like a glowy finish. And because I want this to last, because I'm going to be going out to dinner ahead of time, and then we're going to be obviously dancing away to all of the music tonight, I am going to set it with a powder to not only just keep everything in place since it's a little bit more slippery with the moisturizer, but also just to keep it long lasting. So I have a new product that I thought I would try out, and it is the IT Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I literally haven't even opened it out of the box yet. I got this, I think, last week, and I haven't got a chance to try it out, but I've heard so many great things, so I'm very excited. Ugh, is anyone else like horrible at opening packaging? I can't stand it. Oh, interesting. So the packaging is pretty deep, but it has like a sponge on the bottom, and the actual pan of product is only this much. So that's a little bit, I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed because we really don't get a lot of product for such a bulky package. My very favorite translucent powder is the Laura Mercier. That is, and I think I talked about this a little bit in my makeup collection video, which I just posted last week. It's one of my favorites. It really does blur the skin and you don't get flashbacks, so I was planning on wearing that on my wedding day. I save it for all of my special occasions. This is smoothing my skin out pretty well without making it look dry, which is super important, and especially with this foundation, but I think that moisturizer did help. This is a nice powder. Okay, I can get down with this. I'm not bad at it. So I don't want to play around with my brows today. I just want to use something that I know is going to last. I just got the Benefit Foolproof Powder. Tested it out yesterday. It didn't really last around the inside of my of my brows, so I don't really just want to take a chance today. So I'm going to use the City Color Bold Brows Brow Gel. Now, as you've probably seen me do in the past, it does come with a spoolie that you can run through your brows. I actually like to use it with an angled brush to get precision and kind of use it more as a brow pomade type thing. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fast forward through me doing my brows. Okay, and we're back, and we have these Instagram baddie brows that may or may not have been planned, but we're going with it. Yeah, so this brow gel, when you use it like the way that I do it, it's definitely, as the name suggests, bold brows. Although if you just use a spoolie, then you won't get as a statement as this. But you know what? We're going to a concert. Why not go all out? Okay, I'm gonna grab some primer. I'm using the L'Oreal Magic Decrease Primer. This is a new one in my collection, and I'm actually really enjoying it. It's a little bit creamier than the e.l.f. Eyelid primer that I have used for years and years and years. But I find that it works well, and it's not too mattifying, so it doesn't bring out the dry patches that I typically get around my eyes this time of year. So, hey, A-okay in my book. But again, it is like $8 more than the e.l.f. one, so I don't know if I'll repurchase it, but I just picked it up on my last Kroger run. So for this look, I'm using the new Too Faced I Want Candy palette. This is part of Candy Johnson's new collaboration with the brand. I'm sure you've seen a lot of information on it already. This is what the inside looks like. I did swatches of this palette as well as a review of some other stuff in the collection on my blog, which I will leave below. This is a very nice pigmented palette. I think it's really great for year-round looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with it today. I figure, you know, I wanted to do a video about it, but nothing too dedicated since it is limited edition. So why not kind of work it into my look today? Okay, so I'm going into Butterscotch. It is like this orange dreamsicle shade. I'm using the Real Techniques brush in B04 from their new blue collection. And I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. So that is going in and above my crease. This is like the perfect blending brush for transition shades because it's so fluffy and flexible that you're able to like really blend out those shades super easily and quickly. Now I'm gonna dip into Sweet Toffee, which is this like bronzy satin shade. I really, really love it. It does have like those warm orangey undertones, and that's just gonna go all over the lid. And I'm gonna leave the inner corner pretty bare because we're gonna do something else with that. So see how this is kind of like this really beautiful autumnal shimmer shade? I love it. It's not quite like brown enough to be bronze, but it has that warmth to it. I just think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I'm just gonna quickly go back into Butterscotch because I know I kind of overlapped them, and I'm gonna blend everything in right now. Kind of get that to be a little bit more diffused and blended before we add more. So while we're here, I'm gonna throw on a highlight under the brow bone, and I'm using the same highlight that I will later use on my chase. This is the Note Cosmetics Terracotta Powder in Honey Warm. It's just this beautiful, beautiful, like warm champagne highlight. So I'm gonna tap that on my brow bone, and then we'll keep it handy because it'll be the same one that I use on my face later. I'm gonna go into Raspberry Cocoa, which is kind of like this purpley mauve shade here. And I'm gonna see if it's dark enough to be an outer corner crease shade. We'll see how it works. I think layered with everything, it should be dark enough. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're getting some dimension here. Oh, so something that I wanted to briefly touch on. I was thinking about making a full video about this, but I thought that'd be a little extra. I keep getting comments on my Beauty Box 5 videos about the situation as far as not getting boxes anymore, even though people are paying for them. So Beauty Box 5, and I talked about this on my social media as well, they're located in Houston, and they were affected by the hurricane. So they did do some tweets about this, which is how I know all of this. I actually have not been able to successfully get in contact with them, although I've tried. So they were affected by the hurricane. Their warehouse was affected. I'm not sure the extent of the damage, but I'm assuming that's why none of you are getting boxes. And like the last box I got was the July box, and that even came late in August. And then now I haven't gotten boxes at all, have not gotten August or September. So I think the main situation is people are kind of worried because they're getting charged and then they're not getting any correspondence back from Beauty Box 5. If you don't want to be paying for something you're not getting in the mail, I would suggest, if it's like a recurring charge, maybe you should contact your bank or just like put a hold on the payments until you can figure out what's going on. I don't know how long it's going to take them. I have never been in a hurricane before, so I have no idea the extent of damage control that they're going to need to do. I wouldn't be that hard on them, but obviously everybody needs to be smart with their money, so do what you have to do. Okay, so I put the Raspberry Cocoa shade in the outer corner and then into my crease, and I think that's looking pretty good. That's about as dark as I really want to go today. I don't want it to be like too deep in the outer corners. I'm going to keep this pretty light, but I am going to go back with that blue brush. It doesn't really have that much product left on it, but this is what I used for the what was it called? The butterscotch shade, and I'm just gonna help blend out the edges. I have not added any other product to it. This is just pretty much a clean brush at this point now because I've deposited most of what I used. Pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna put away the candy palette now. Now I'm gonna just be a little bit more extra because I think I wanna add glitter to this look. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some gold glitter to the inner corners here, and I'm using the City Color Sparkle and Shine glitter. This is in the shade Sparkler, and it's kind of like this champagne-y gold. It's not very yellow, but I think the yellow tones will kind of come out against the orange. And to prep my eye area for that, again, we're gonna focus on the inner corner. I'm using the corresponding City Color Sparkle and Shine glitter primer. I'm gonna go ahead and do one eye at a time because the primer does set pretty quickly. So first I'm just going to go ahead and lay it down in the inner corner. And I do let it dry off just a tad before applying the glitter, just kind of like lash glue, where it'll stick better instead of slipping and sliding. It'll kind of grab it off of the brush. And then I'm gonna pat it on. Oh, snap. And with this glitter, I find that it actually wipes away pretty easily when it's not on the primer, so don't worry too much about fallout just yet. This is where we're at now. I'm gonna go in with a brush and just kind of sweep away what got on the cheeks, and you can see it kind of sweeps away pretty fast here. And the fact that we powder our foundation ahead of time also very much helps the situation. So you can kind of just clean it up like this, any areas where you felt it got a lot of hand. But I'm kind of liking the messy vibe we got going on. It kind of reminds me of Kesha, although I'm not seeing her till tomorrow. Tonight is Coldplay and Pink. Those are the headliners. Curl the lashes next, and I think I might add some falsies today just to kind of balance out, since we have so much drama on the inside corner. It'll help kind of bring the eyes back outward. I'm going to start off the lashes with the Rimmel Scandaleyes mascara. I'm into it. Okay, I'm going to add some corner lashes, so I will be right back. I'm just going to do that off camera. Okay, I'm back. So I actually ended up putting on full strip lashes. I felt like it looked a little bit more balanced because I didn't do any liner on my top lash line. So this kind of made it look more seamless. When I put on the corner lashes, it's kind of obvious that it was just like really thick on the outside, so I feel like this balanced out the look a little more. I also wiped off a little bit more of that glitter fallout just using a clean face brush, and it came right off. So this is where we're at now, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of the face. Okay, to contour, I'm using the Matte Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Palette. It's one of my favorite contour palettes at the drugstore right now because you do get a warm tone, a cool tone, and then kind of a setting powder for under the eyes. So I like to mix the warm and cool tones to get more of like a neutral shade. And I'm using the Real Techniques B02 brush, which is perfect for contouring. I feel like when I go warm on my eyes as far as eyeshadow, it just looks better when I have kind of a warmer leaning contour shade. And then, you know, it just adds a little bit more color to the face. And I love this brush and how it blends out the contour and the cheekbones. So it just looks so much more natural than some of my other brushes. Next, I'm using the new City Color Blush Duo. This actually has a cream side and a powder side. This is in Rust. So again, this is one of the more warmer duos that they have. I'm gonna go ahead and use the powder side just because we just did powder contour, we powdered the foundation. So I'm a little nervous about putting cream right over that and kind of picking up the product. So these are super pigmented, so you really want to be careful in layering them just lightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of deposit product on each side and then go ahead and lightly start blending it out. City Color makes some of the freaking most pigmented blushes where sometimes I just forget and I go at it just full force and I'm like, oh, that was way too much. But yeah, I really, really enjoy these new duos. And then what you can also do is put the cream shade down first and then put the powder over, and then you'll end up with a really, really long lasting blush. If you have like a problem with your foundation eating your blush, that'll definitely help. But today I'm just gonna go ahead and use the powder. That looks pretty. Oh, I'm so digging this look. Going back into the Note highlighter. Again, this is the terracotta powder in Honey Warm. Just freaking gorgeous. And I'm using my Luxie 640 Pro Precision Tapered Brush. It's very flexible and I find it to be perfect for highlight. I'm just gonna tap that in and sweep that on top of the cheeks. I love this highlight. It's like subtle when you're looking straight at it, and then you hit the light in such a way and you're like, bam! Okay, and then I'm just gonna dust it down my nose, on the cupid's bow, on the forehead, and just a little bit on the chin. And we're all highlighted. I just got these two Kokie Cosmetics products that look like they are matching pretty well as far as shades. This is the Velvet Smooth Lip Liner in Light Nude, which I think I'll use to like overdraw my lips a little bit. And then I have the Creamy Lip Color in Hazelnut Cream, which is kind of a nudie brown shade. So I think I'm gonna combine these and just do a pretty subtle lip since we've got a lot going on with the eyes, but it'll still bring that warmth to the bottom half of our face to balance off and top off the look. Balance out and top off the look. I can't talk today. I was actually feeling kind of sick yesterday and I was worried about how I was gonna feel today, but I just drank some Emergency and that stuff kicks in so fast. And I am gonna overdraw a little bit. I like this liner a lot. It's very creamy and easy to apply, and it's like the perfect shade for me to overdraw because it'll add enough color where it won't look obviously like not my lips. I didn't fill in the rest of my lips just because I feel like when I'm overdrawing to this extent, if I fill in all of my lips, then it's still going to be darker on my actual lips than on the overdrawn part, and then that kind of defeats the purpose. For me, when I overdraw, I just like to line the outside so that way you get some kind of balance when you add the color. Otherwise, it's like obviously lighter around your actual lips. Oh yeah, this is like a perfect match. Oh yes. And this is the finished concert look. Zoom in for you. I hope you liked this video, and if you are going to be at iHeartRadio, obviously today this video is going up on the second day, so if you're walking around Daytime Village or you're going to be at the concert at night, keep a lookout for me. If you want more Get Ready With Me videos, hit the thumbs up button. I do plan on making, not a Get Ready With Me, but like this is what I'm wearing for my wedding tutorial very soon, because I've kind of got all those products down pat now, and I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm not going to film a Get Ready With Me on my wedding day. Like, that's not going to happen. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, become a member of the Slashed Squad. If you've done that, high five, hit the bell icon so you know every time a new video goes live. I make new videos every Saturday and sometimes in the middle of the week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!